What's going on, everybody? Dogman Dan here. Defiance 2050 closed beta weekend number 2, April 27th through 29th. This is my thoughts, impressions, and further concerns and comments and questions, all that good jazz in this particular video. Okay, so follow up from last week's beta. Nothing has changed in terms of the content of the game. It is still the same game. It is still a remaster, basically, of the original game from 2013. Main reason for doing this is so that way it's able to be on the next gen consoles, the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and it's been updated for PC to be 60 frames a second in DirectX 11. Excuse me. Where the original game was DirectX 9 and it was like 30 frames a second is the way it was designed. So, in terms of 60 frames a second, yes, I do get 60 frames a second. I haven't really had any issues in that regards. The servers are fairly light. There's not a lot of people in there, obviously, because it's a closed beta session. So that is still a determination of whether that 60 frames a second drops down, depending upon how big the groups get. But for the most part, I'm not seeing any issues in that play. I'm seeing it pretty solid at 60 all the time. DirectX 11, of course, much nicer than 9. It's not DirectX 12, but DirectX 12 is not really the mainstream as of yet, so it is what it is. But again, this is basically the free-to-play version, a slightly updated in terms of remaster, just for the new money grab. I'm just going to leave it out there, money grab, because that's all it really is. It's the same game over again. The Founders Packs, I already made a video about that. I'll have a link probably up there in the top corner. You'll see it pop up. Founders Packs are available already for PC. 3 different levels. There's 2 $20 packs, and then there's the $50 full access pack with everything, including the bit system. But we don't know what that system's all about in terms of the premium currency yet. All currency items, the monetization sections, that is all disabled for this beta again. So there's nothing that I can really tell you. I have a ton of questions, because if you look at the Founders Pack video, you'll see that the Ultimate Pack has inventory slots in it that you can purchase, or that are purchased for you. So I'm assuming that part of the monetization is going to be inventory management, inventory slot management. Obviously, character outfits, such as before. Now, they've said that nothing that actually is going to change gameplay will be purchasable. So I'm going to assume that items such as weapons and stuff won't be purchasable. You have to play the game to get those weapons. And I'm okay with that. However, I do have questions about things like, how are you going to get access besides inventory slots? What your limit is on inventory slots? Don't know what that is yet. How do you get access to classes? How does that unlock? Is everybody given several classes, or do you have to pay a premium to unlock a different class? Are you going to be able to get the premium currency, the bits, via the game without ever spending any money? And I take that into relation to 2 games that you guys know I play a lot of, and that is Warframe and Fortnite. Warframe, you know that simply trading in-game, you can trade for platinum in-game. Without ever spending money, you can go back and forth. You get items, you trade with other people, you can get the premium currency of platinum from Warframe without ever spending a penny. Fortnite, you do your daily quests, you do SSD missions, sometimes variable missions that are out there, a whole bunch of different things. Your daily logins even give you access to the V-Bucks. Different levels of V-Bucks. Every so often you get V-Bucks, like I said. But you're able to get the premium currency without ever spending any money for the free-to-play player. Okay? And I'm not downing that, spend money to help support the game. However, for me, it's simply the same game again. I don't see myself spending any money into the game. A game that is 5 years old with no real changes is a simple money grab to me, especially by dropping out Founders Packs. And we don't know much yet. I'm hoping that we'll find out more in further betas, or they'll release the monetization system before the game goes live, but most likely, knowing Tryon, they probably won't. So be cautious. I'm not saying don't go buy into it. If you, by all means, you want to play Defiance, and you're excited about it, and you think that the best bet is to just go in there and buy the pack now. And I had a comment the other day on that Ultimate Founders Pack, or the Founders Pack video, that said, because I don't know how we're going to have access to all the classes, I'm just going to buy the Founders Pack. And that, honestly, can go two ways. One, that is exactly what Tryon wants you to do. They want you to buy the Founders Pack and get access to all those things now. But you're going to end up buying more down the road when they release other classes or other items that you really, really want. And the only way to get them is through premium currency. And it's a cash grab. We're going to get you now because you already know that you have no idea how to access those things and whether you're going to be able to get those other than picking in the beginning of the game. And what if you pick the wrong character? What if you pick, the demolitionist and you really wanted to be an assault, or you really wanted to be a medic? Do you have the opportunity to change that character? We just don't know. It hasn't been stated. Now here's the thing. The bugs are all here. None of them have changed. Sensitivity is all messed up. I'm constantly changing my mouse sensitivity to be able to hold, speed up the mouse, try to get it in there. We still have reticle issues where you can be zoomed in and you're looking in the center of your screen, but your weapon's not actually shooting where you're looking. So that's still a takeover. All these bugs from the first game are still here in the remaster. I would think at least, at a minimum, you're going to try to fix these game-breaking bugs or these issues before you go ahead and put it in the remaster and talk about all these beautiful graphics and this update and all these new changes, and we're going to have these new skill tree systems, and we really don't have much access to most of this. And of course, the biggest thing is your monetization feature. How is the monetization going to really work? Is it really going to be a free-to-play, or is it going to be a free-to-pay? Y'all have been playing free-to-play games for years now, just as I have. And we know the market and how it works. And we know that games have defined and redefined the free-to-play genre, if you will. One of my first games that was supposedly free-to-play, Need for Speed World, which really started the Night Owls, we know ultimately it was a free-to-pay. Well, you are free to pay to buy anything that you really want. And then you've got like Warframe, and you've got like Fortnite, where free to play really does mean free to play. And you can do everything without ever spending more money. And yeah, they have things in there that encourage you to buy into the game, but it doesn't force you to buy into the game. As long as you play and you're willing to play the grind, you're going to get everything that everybody else has. I'm hoping at least that changeover fixes in here. However, the downfall again is you're starting fresh, you're starting brand new, you're starting over. Your old character and information does not compute over to the new game. So you got to start off, it's boring, it's long, all that jazz. However, the one thing that I do still remember after playing this weekend are the big open events, the global events that are going on, if you will. The Hellbug missions, the big open arc missions, all the things that gather groups of people, and you get in there and you really feel like, it's an MMO. It is a MMO shooter. It's there it is. There's a ton of people all going against you versus the enemy, and I miss that. I miss that, not necessarily from Defiance. I mean, I did spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours on the original game playing it. But I mostly miss that because of Firefall, that I spent years playing Firefall and that disappeared. Am I hoping that the new Ember project that's coming up satisfies me in that regard, yes, and I think I will. And I did. Um, I've said this over and over. I did back them on the initial Indiegogo project. And there's been a lot of changes, a lot of updates to that. And I'm constantly following, so be aware I will release information as that comes out. But I think it's definitely got me in terms of I know the game, I know how the systems really work, and there is the big open world you can play with so many other people in these big epic, missions against the enemies, against the AI. That's what makes this game fun. Okay, so do I plan on purchasing the Founders Pack, or do I plan on like being heavily involved in this game? Probably not. I know I won't be purchasing the Founders Pack. I have no interest in it. I don't have any need. I'm definitely probably going to keep this after playing it a second week now. Keep this in my system and play it. And when it goes free to play sometime in the summer, it goes live. I'll probably play it a little bit too. As a free to play player, I definitely want to check out the monetization system. I definitely want to get involved in all of that and see if it's really going to live up to that. But, it's still in the back of my head. I've got to start all over again. I've got to start all over again. It's a 2013 game. It's already that old. It feels that old when you get in to play it. Yeah, the graphics are okay. They're not that much better. It doesn't, I mean, sure, it's smoother, but you haven't really enhanced anything. You haven't really changed anything. Sure, you'll probably have different weapons. And we don't know much about the classes because, well, I don't know, unless I did something completely wrong, it wouldn't let me create anything other than the assault class, so I just stuck with my regular character this time around. I had fun, but after an hour or two, you gotta walk out of it. You leave the game. You're like, okay, this is boring. I'm done. I did a couple of big group events. Yay. I'll come back to it again later. So it's not like it was originally when it came out where you could not stop playing it and you constantly wanted to play it. The fact that the storyline is exactly the same and just moved over. I did the storyline. I had several characters in Defiance that I did the storyline through multiple times. I mean, at least change the storyline. Do something. Come up with something. I get it. The series, the game, the TV series no longer exists. People might not even relate this game to the TV series anymore, or even understand half of the stuff going on in it because of it was originally tied to that TV series. So that's going to be another battle that has to be fought. But if I go in just to have fun, run these big group events, stuff like that, yeah, that'd be kind of cool. But the grind up to be able to level up is going to be a challenge. So we'll see how that plays out, especially because you have to buy XP boosts to generate your boosters and all that jazz as well. So anyway, my thoughts are still pretty much the same. It's a remaster. It'll be fun to play and enjoy here and there. It is not worth the cash grab buy-in that they already want in the Founders Packs. Fairly disappointing that that the original Defiance game will be turned off, shut down, the servers will be gone at some point after this game releases because they want everybody focused on the next gen stuff. They don't want to support any of that older stuff anymore. So that's going to happen too. Still not impressed. Still not impressed. Anyway, please feel free to leave comments, questions below. If I get more chances to play it, if more beta weekends come up, I'll hop in. I'll give you more updates. But until then, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys next time.